Today on Studio G Magazine, reporter Eddie Vargas took to downtown Las Vegas this past Sunday, where hundreds of Hispanics marched for a better pathway to citizenship. Also, we'll shine a light on a tradition that started more than 4 decades ago. And Alexis Mers goes deep into the world of the new fitness craze, Zumba. And I will be bringing you news from across the world. Stay tuned.
Bringing you the news at noon.
Live over the web.
Informative.
Investigative.
And student run.
This is Studio G Magazine on UNLV TV.
And your show comes in 3, 2, 1. And we're live to the web.
Good day, Las Vegas, and welcome. I'm Honey Love. Today we recap on all the stories from the week from here on Studio G Magazine. A multi-state manhunt for the triple murder suspect has ended in California. Authorities say 26-year-old Amar Harris has been arrested on Thursday afternoon in the Los Angeles area. Police say Harris is the prime suspect in a shooting which led to a fiery crash at the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo last Thursday morning. The Range Rover that police say Harris drove in the incident was discovered over the weekend at an apartment complex where the suspect lived near Flamingo and Koval. Harris faces 3 counts of murder upon his return to Las Vegas. Studio G will keep you updated as the story develops. A blaze occurred near Woodbury Middle School last Sunday afternoon. The fire caused about $75,000 in damage. There were flames on top and on the side of the single-story house. 3 people escaped the fire and there were no injuries. The Clark County Fire Department had it under control around 3 p.m. The American Red Cross offered assistance to the occupants, but they had family in the area and didn't require it. The fire is still under investigation by CCFD. A deadly shooting happened at the South Carolina College Tuesday night. This is a video of the scene at Coastal Carolina University in Conway, South Carolina. The shooting happened at one of the school's residence halls. Officials say a 19-year-old man was shot and taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police are looking for a suspect, and students were told to stay in their dorms and not be out on the campus. Gun-related crimes have been increasing across the nation these past months. Reporter Jamie Seymour spoke with UNLV students on the possibility of firearms on campus.
With recent school shootings like Sandy Hook Elementary and the Las Vegas strip shooting less than 3 miles from campus, I want to know if UNLV students think that they should be able to carry concealed weapons on campus.
I do approve of students having concealed weapons. I just don't know how you would decipher what students should have them and who shouldn't.
I just think that the people that are going to be using the weapons to harm people aren't going to care whether or not they can have it or not.
I want a bulletproof vest. I mean, all these shootings that are going on and stuff like that. I go to 2 schools, and you really never know like when you're going to get attacked or anything like that. So I support like bulletproof vests and any kind of protection you can have.
I personally would feel safer if I can have it just in case something happens. That I would have it to protect myself against somebody that wouldn't really follow the rules necessarily anyway.
I just like I'm a gun supporter. I just don't know who should have guns and who shouldn't, because to apply for a gun you don't need to take a psychological test. You just need to be a legal citizen and stuff like that. So there's other precautions I don't know how to really address who should have a gun and who shouldn't. I feel like people should be able to carry guns though if they want to.
The fight for gun control is entering its final round in Senate. It looks like there is more controversy for the constable's office, this time after a constable deputy misses a dead body in an apartment while serving an eviction notice.
Do you think assault rifles should be banned in America, and why? Personally, yes. From all the killings that have happening and everything that's going on today, people aren't being responsible enough with guns, and they deserve to be stricter, more rules.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
The fate of the constable's office is currently being reviewed by the Clark County Commission, following the recent arrest of head constable John Bonaventura for DUI. Those charges against Bonaventura have been dropped. When we come back, I will have news from around the world. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Ricardo and I work for the Animal Foundation. On a daily basis, we take in around 190 abandoned or unwanted animals. You can make a difference and be part of the solution by adopting an animal or logging on to animalfoundation.com and seeing what we have available.
It's convenience. It saves me a lot of money because I'm on a meal plan basically, and it saves me time because I don't have to walk across the street. It saves me gas because I don't have to drive anywhere to eat, and especially being a lazy college student, I can just walk right over here when I'm hungry and not have to wait that much longer to get food.
A lot has been happening around the world this week. We start with the story that has shocked the world. Paralympian hero Oscar Pistorius has been granted bail for the suspected murder of his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. However, it seems Oscar isn't the only Pistorius to be hitting the news. Older brother, Carl Pistorius, is accused of culpable homicide in the 2010 death of a female motorcyclist. Prosecutors say Pistorius was driving recklessly when he was involved in a fatal accident in Vanderbilt Park. Pistorius's attorney disputes the allegation, claiming the woman rolled the motorcycle into his client's vehicle. Carl's trial has been scheduled for the end of March, meaning his trial could be completed before Oscar's is scheduled to begin in June. The horse saga continues to hit hard in Europe as furniture giant IKEA is the latest retail chain to ditch food products. IKEA is stopping all sales of its famous meatballs after reports claim that they contained horse meat. Food inspectors in the Czech Republic found traces of horse meat in batches of frozen meatballs. The product was available in 13 different European markets. IKEA is recalling the suspicious meatball batch out of precaution. The company says its own tests have not shown any traces in the meat. IKEA is the latest company caught up in the European scandal over horse meat. Horse meat had been found at the beginning of last month in Ireland when authorities found horse meat in some products labeled as beef. Cuban President Raul Castro is set to be sworn in for a second 5-year term. The 81-year-old has presided over economic and social reforms during his presidency. The parliament may also name a new vice president, offering some hint of who may succeed President Castro when he steps down. Elsewhere, Park Geun-hye made history Monday by becoming South Korea's first female president. She has pledged to secure South Korea against the threat of an increasingly hostile North Korea. Park Geun-hye took the oath of office at the National Assembly in Seoul in front of tens of thousands of people. She vowed a softer approach to North Korea, hoping to build a zone of trust. The sports world has lost a sporting legend this week. Fuja Singh has finally hung up his running shoes at the age of 101. In 2011, Singh became the oldest person to complete a full marathon at the age of 100, according to the officials of the Toronto Waterfront Marathon. Singh took up the sport a decade ago after the untimely tragic death of his son.
After I suffered a tragic incident in my life, a traumatic experience, I took up running as a new focus in life, and then marathon running developed from there.
Singh ran his last 10K run on Sunday in Hong Kong, finishing in 1 hour and 32 minutes. What an inspiration. Well, that's all the international news I have for you this week. Here in the United States, immigration has long been a hotly debated topic. This past Sunday, hundreds of Hispanics marched in downtown Las Vegas, chanting and asking for a better pathway to citizenship. Reporter Eddie Vargas has more.
This officially starts a national movement for immigration reform. Hundreds of Hispanics came together in downtown Las Vegas to march and demonstrate to Congress that the issue of reform is urgent and will continue to gain strength.
This event is for the Immigration Reform March. I know that Congress right now is supposed to be writing the law and to pass an immigration reform, and we want to make sure that Congress passes immigration reform with full citizenship.
And while Southern Nevada was the epicenter of this march, many participants came from other states to support this cause. Las Vegas was chosen to launch this march because it was a Hispanics vote that helped Nevada guarantee the re-election of President Obama. And it was he who officially said he has an immigration plan. There are currently 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S., and every day families are being separated and deported. Organizers hope that with marches like this, lawmakers will get the message.
Families are being deported, families are being separated, students are being taken, U.S. citizens are being deported into Mexico from the United States because of the immigrant families, their parents. And so we want to put a stop to all this.
This march marks the beginning of several manifestations that will be held across the country to push the approval of an immigration reform.
As you can see, hundreds of immigration reform supporters have showed up today to march downtown Las Vegas in order to get local lawmakers to listen. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Eddie Vargas.
Organizers are continuing to plan marches in other cities such as Los Angeles, Sacramento, and Reno. In Carson City, an auction was held for a gold coin collection that was reportedly worth around $7 million. The former recluse Walter Samasco Jr. died in May, leaving behind the fortune to be undiscovered before authorities stumbled upon it while clearing out his home. At the end of the day, the auction netted more than $3.5 million. The state plans on using a portion of that to pay for various fees and taxes while giving the remaining profits to his first cousin and sole heir of Samasco. When we come back, we will take a look at the news on the UNLV campus.
Welcome to the Art Department at UNLV, where students can express their creative side. You can also check out the current exhibits at the Grant Hall Gallery, Jesse Metcalf Gallery, and Donna Beam Gallery of Fine Art, featuring recent artwork displays by students, staff, and local artists. Whether your forte is taking photos, painting a picture, or carving a sculpture, make sure to check out the UNLV Art Department located in the Alta Ham Fine Arts Building.
Reporter Heather Faverger talked to students affected by the new parking and future transit center located behind Greenspun Hall.
Just discussed is they're actually turning about half the parking to staff parking and then the lot behind us into a bus stop for alternative transportation. What are your thoughts?
My thought is this is ridiculous. We pay like really expensive for the parking already.
It's pretty sucky, you know. I mean, I don't park over here all the time. Even when I do, like, it's, you know, it's hard to get parking anyway.
Normally, I literally park right here, always. I find spots, and getting here today, just like you guys saw me, I double take. I had no idea they would do this and take an entire row. It's a lot of parking as it is.
You come and drive with me for one day. I pay a lot of money to come to this school. And this is what we get. Build us some parking structures.
I I'm just really angry that they're turning all those into staff parking already.
Last semester it was the ones from the flood, now this semester it's these, and now even those, we're losing more and more parking every semester, and it's like the people making decisions, it's more like they're making it for themselves and not for us.
Carl Winder will have more information on the UNLV Transit Center and its effect on UNLV parking next week on Studio G. Do you want to have your voice heard? Reporter Austin Enney has the scoop on how you can get involved with the Rebel.
As the spring semester gets into full swing on UNLV's campus, so are all the extracurricular activities. One unique opportunity lies with the 91.5 KUNV HD2 radio station, a station dedicated to the students. All of the DJs and hosts at this station are students, and anyone can get a radio show after a quick training course. While the station is starting to grow in popularity, they're also beginning to gain more awareness with listeners, thanks to events just outside the Student Union. Student radio personalities Ryan Arison and Bianca Valdez explain.
Basically, we just came out to give the students of UNLV some free stuff. We have tickets, posters, sunglasses, phone covers. It's a ton of cool stuff. You know, we like to be part of the community, which is why we come out and do this. We want to be out here at least once a month. So anything we can do to bring awareness to the station, we're going to do.
I really enjoy just the station. Being in the studio is a really good relaxer for me, you know what I mean? It's just with your headphones on, you have your headphones on, you're tuned out to music. It's the same thing as being in the studio. And I love being able to take requests from people. People actually call me up, request songs and everything. So it's good to be a voice, for our radio station here at UNLV.
All they have to do is come down to the station and talk to Dave Norris, our operations manager. And he does training at least once a semester. So that's all. It's really that easy. You go through the training. It's 3 classes. You shadow a jock who's already working at the station a couple times, and you can get a show just that easy.
For more information on the station itself and how you can get involved, visit rebcast.com. One department on campus is looking to help UNLV students and incoming freshmen. Jamie Seymour has more.
The Academic Success Center is a program on campus designed to help students discover their majors and find that perfect balance in school.
We have an amazing academic advising unit, and those folks help our students who are exploring majors primarily decide on what major to get into, and that's often linked to a career choice.
With a great team of academic advisors, the ASC is ready to help any student that comes in.
So we try to make the navigation through the university easier for the student, a little less scary and more understandable as well.
The Academic Success Center is now trying a new program for underclassmen and high school students that will help them prepare their academic schedules for college.
And now we have a whole new program for our first year students, and we're looking into supporting our sophomore year students. And to add all kinds of good stuff on top of that, we have an early studies program for high school students, and we've launched a new scholarship program, the Hickson Lead Scholars.
With a new online tutorial for incoming freshmen to learn about class requirements, the advisors hope to make connections with the students and help them plan for their academics while giving them support.
What we're trying to do is really connect with students early on. The motto in the Academic Success Center is early and often, and so we're really trying to connect with students more and in a more meaningful way prior to their arrival on campus.
We cover a lot in the area of support, and we are very proud of that.
If you are currently exploring a major and would like some assistance, or you need some guidance with your academics, come down to the Academic Success Center today. For Studio G, I'm Jamie Seymour.
If you are still searching for the right major for you, check out the Academic Success Center today, located across from the Student Services Complex. Recently, Las Vegas was touched by 3 days of magic, and I was there to capture it all. This year, more than 600,000 attendees flocked to Las Vegas to attend Magic Market Week.
I love Vegas. This is my second time out here, and I'm having a really good time. Everything is great. This is a great show, great expo.
Unlike the Fashion Week in New York or Milan, this fashion trade show extravaganza gives designers and retailers a chance to launch and build distribution, as well as networking opportunities for others looking to stitch their name in fashion, such as professional boxer Zab Judah.
Plus, we're looking to do a Zab Judah spin-off hat, t-shirt deal. So we up here speaking with designers and sitting down.
Celebrities were also on hand to get first dibs on the latest fashions of next season, including hip-hop recording artist Jules Santana.
Always like to check out who got what going on. It's like magic show is like homework. It's like fashion homework. Get to see what's going on, what's coming out. With people, you know, I'm always a trendsetter kind of guy, so I like to see what they think is going to be hot.
For hip-hop recording artist and clothing designer Jim Jones, the magic show gave him the opportunity to show off his clothing line, Vampire Life.
Flow Bucks and Vampire Life, that's what's hot right now.
Magic Market Week will return to Las Vegas this August to showcase its 2014 winter fashions. For Studio G, I'm Honey Love. For additional information on Magic Market Week, visit magiconline.com. The Christmas season is all about the lights and decorations. But once the holidays festivities are over, so are the lights. For Judy and Charles Rogers, there isn't an end to the holiday lights. Their monthly tradition began more than 49 years ago. They were inspired by the children in their apartment complex, a tradition that has also carried on to Las Vegas.
Started a long time ago, 1964. In fact, we lived in Chicago. We lived in an apartment hotel that had a lot of little children in it. So we used to decorate so the kids could come by and see all the lights all year long, not just at Christmas.
While many stores do not carry lights for all holidays, Mrs. Rogers says that she either reuses the decorations for several years or orders them through catalogs.
I got really into it when I moved out here. At the very end of Las Vegas Boulevard, almost to the M, was a gift store out there. And they carried all the decorations. In fact, some of the green shamrocks in my window today are from 25 years ago from when I bought at that store. I get several catalogs from several different places. And that's where I get my lights. That's the box I have over there for you to show. That they come, there's probably a catalog in that box, I don't know.
While the lights are up monthly, the red, white, and blue season from May to September tend to be the most recognized by the community. Mr. Rogers even states that people refer to him as the man of the house with the lights.
The people stop a lot and tell us they like the red, white, and blue. We have a different collage of lights that goes up, and they came in a garland form where there's quite a few lights in a bundle. So they're more prominent and they really stand out. And people like the flag, no matter what.
And besides, it's kind of strange because I was at Walmart and people connected me with these lights.
The Rogers want their tradition to carry on as long as they're alive. If you're interested in seeing the house with the lights, it is located near the intersection of Bruce and Owens. There are numerous activities people can engage in to stay physically fit, but one activity involves music and dancing. Reporter Alexis Mers has more.
Zumba is a Latin-inspired dance fitness program that was created by choreographer Alberto Perez. Zumba is not your typical gym workout. It includes various dance and aerobic elements.
Zumba is a lot of fun. The workout is a lot faster than at the gym. 30 minutes at the gym feels like 2 hours, and 30 minutes here feels really short.
Zumba instructor Jose Carrillo changes his style of dance frequently to keep his class interesting and fun.
My background, I do dance. I do dance, contemporary jazz, hip hop. So I kind of mix all that stuff into workout, also Insanity. So I mix all that stuff into my workout.
Zumba is not only fun, but a great way to get in shape. Frequent Zumba goers have seen desirable changes in their bodies.
I have seen the difference in my body, and I have lost like 15 pounds. And no muffin top, so I'm happy about that.
All the arms, all the wings are gone, and it's fun. It's so much fun.
Jose teaches special moves to trigger different areas of the body.
There's actually a couple girls that I've done certain steps or certain goals for them, and I've seen different the way they do my movement. Each movement is such a different, triggers different parts of your body, and I've seen a big change in them and just even in myself.
Zumba classes are held all over the Las Vegas Valley in various gyms and dance studios. Jose's classes are held Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. in the Herbal Life Studio on Stewart and Nellis.
Zumba is a great way to burn those extra calories and have fun. From Studio G, I'm Alexis Mers.
For more information and to find a Zumba class near you, go to ZumbaLasVegas.com. As winter is ending, there is still some time to get out to the hidden beauty of the mountains. Reporter Allison Whitley has more.
The Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort is just a short drive away from the Vegas Strip, but the snow makes you feel worlds away. With everything from lessons and equipment to exciting slopes, this is the perfect place to escape.
What a convenient amenity for the city of Las Vegas to have, something like snow. One for locals, it's great to get out of the city and something that's not really, like uniquely Vegas, like it really gives you a different vibe when you come up here.
Ski Patrol Peter Steinbrenner says that getting out of the city and up to the resort is something that every Vegas resident should experience.
This is something very different from what's typically done in Las Vegas. I think that this is a great outdoor activity and a great way to learn and appreciate the Spring Mountains.
Costing $50 for a full-day adult ticket, Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort has a variety of trails that would interest any beginning boarder to advanced.
It has a great terrain park, and so it's a lot of fun for people that like to snowboard and use the terrain park. It also has some great off-piste skiing, and it's got great powder skiing up above if you're willing to hike.
One of those advanced boarders is UNLV Ski and Snowboard Club President Brandon Darley. He uses the resort for convenience.
For our location, it's great. We're 45 minutes outside of Vegas, 45 minutes off campus, so it's fun. You can't beat that at all. It's a good time. In Vegas, everyone's too caught up in going out a lot and partying. They don't really realize how much else there is outside the city.
This season, media director Jim Seeley states that the resort has added runs and continues to work on making the resort better.
We went from 16 runs to 30 runs from last year to this year, and that's just the beginning of the expansion. We have been written up as far as in ski magazines and whatnot for great side country, backcountry skiing.
Take the short hour trip out to Mount Charleston and enjoy the slopes. For Studio G, I'm Allison Whitley. Have a great day, Rebels.
Great story, Allison, but it looks a little too cold for me. I'm a Cali girl, so I'll stick to the boogie boards on the beach. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's first and ever Studio G magazine show. I'm Honey Love, and that's all the news I have for you from the week. Make sure to join us next week as Jamie Seymour gives a recap on next week's news here on Studio G magazine.
Time keeps on slipping into the